In 2005, Mary Jo and Jerome bought a rundown Baltimore row house that they just finished renovating. And guess what? Now they want to move. But first, they need to know if they'll recoup their investment. So how long have you lived here?
We've lived here just a little over a month. We bought it over 2 years ago.
Oh.
It took us that long to finish it.
Why do you want to know the value of your house?
We really want to know where we stand, but also we are considering moving out to the suburbs. We do have a baby.
Hold on, wait a minute. You just moved in and you're already talking about moving out?
I mean,
do you have a fever? Are you okay?
A lot's changed in 2 years.
Mary Jo and Jerome want to raise their daughter in the suburbs, but to make the move, they need a hefty profit. How much did you pay for your house?
We paid $210,000 for this house.
What's the grand total you've spent on renovations?
$283,000. We basically replaced everything that you see.
It was just a disaster.
Collapsed chimney through the roof.
But it had 2-car parking, and that's key in the city, and it's a great location. We're hoping it's worth at least $600,000 at this point.
At least, but who knows? The market's a little volatile, and so we really would like to know.
In addition to the market, they're worried about the lack of outdoor living space and limited curb appeal, not to mention the big bucks they spent on the overhaul. What if it's not worth what you want it to be?
We need that equity to be able to move.
Okay, but if you don't get it, then you're just gonna have to stay put.
Yeah.
There's a wide range of comps in this neighborhood. Within a block from this location, we could find a $200,000 shell, and in another direction, we can find a $2 million home on the water.
When they bought this place, it was a shell. And in the living area, they spent $38,000. Some of the upgrades you'll notice are the Brazilian cherry wood floors. I'm assuming that buyers in this market, this area, are gonna pretty much expect to have hardwood floors, aren't they?
Certainly. You're gonna, not only hardwood floors, but a premium wood.
The natural slate fireplace.
That's a great choice.
And also my favorite, and the focal point of the room, the steel staircase.
It's very popular in this market. I think you're gonna see people just say, wow, the finishes are really top of the line. I think they're gonna see a great return on their investment.
That being said, come check out what they did in the kitchen. Because they opened all of this space out, they spent $42,000 in the kitchen, and I think that it's noticeable everywhere.
They made some really good choices all the way down to the fixtures, the appliances, the higher-end cabinetry. You know, I've seen kitchens done by professional designers that aren't this nice, so they've done a great job.
So this is the great room, and I think it's pretty great.
Most parts of the country, they would call this a family room. In this part of Baltimore, this is a party room.
I think their main expense in here was $6,500, which they spent on all of the trim work and the coffered ceilings.
The only problem with this party room is it doesn't have an outdoor space.
You know, that's one of the things they're actually considering building on to the house is an outside deck right off of this room. The only reason they haven't done it is they're concerned that they might have overspent and they don't know if it's gonna add value to the property.
It would cost about $10,000 to put a deck on this house. When it came time to sell, it would add about $20,000 in value.
When they bought this place, there was literally 2 feet of water in the basement. They had to get all the water out. They started to do the work, and then they had water issues again. So they had to dig out the basement and start all over.
So they couldn't decide indoor swimming or finished basement.
I know, right? It cost $25,000 to finish off this area.
I think it does add value. Probably at least a break even.
You know, I think a break even is pretty good in this situation.
It's certainly going to make the house more appealing. And I think buyers in this market are going to expect this kind of space down here.
I think it's kind of evident that they haven't spent any money sprucing it up, but they have a 2-car parking structure.
This is very rare for this neighborhood. These 2 spots will bring about $150,000 to value to this property.
How much?
With this type of house, the same house would sell for $150,000 less.
Wow. But Mary Jo and Jerome shouldn't start counting that cash just yet.
One of the problems is they haven't finished it. I think they're 80% there, just a couple $1,000s worth of work, and it will really make this place look great.
I'm thinking maybe some paint, maybe some shelving in the back, and quite possibly a garage door. But Ron's just as concerned with the exterior of the garage, along with the back of the house. Because this house is on a corner lot, there needs to be some attention to curb appeal on more than just the front.
Curb appeal is really important. Right now, this house doesn't have much on the exterior.
Will Ron come back with good news or confirm their fears?
It's really important in this market to have a rooftop deck. Wow, you guys did a really good job here. The two-car parking is huge. You did some really nice finishes. The third level party family room is hugely desirable. There are a few things I don't like about the house. The exterior curb appeal needs to be tightened up. And without any outdoor space with this house, it's really important in this market to have a rooftop deck.
Can Mary Jo and Jerome still hit their goal of $600,000 and plan their next move?
If I were to list this house today, I would list it for $625,000.
Good.
That's good news.
Are you relieved or what?
Yes.
That leaves Mary Jo and Jerome with an appreciation of $132,000, so they can sell the house and head for the burbs.
It's good news.
Yeah, this is awesome.
That's great.
The Ronald delivered.
Thank you.
You guys done a great job.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ron.
Yeah.